Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Laughing in Different Languages. I'm Laura Lopez, and today we are joined by a very special guest. Let's welcome, it's Wafa.
Hello, bonjour, and salam.
Oh, very good. Thank you so much for joining us once again, and please tell us a little bit about yourself and your comedy journey.
Okay, my name is Wafa Jawad. I was born in Baghdad, Iraq. However, I grew up in London and somehow I made it here in France. I've been living in France, in Paris, for the past 11 years. I speak 3 languages. I speak Arabic, English, and French. But personally, I don't feel comfortable enough to do them in French, so I only do stand-up comedy in English and Arabic at the moment. I've been doing comedy for now about 4 years. I can confidently say I'm the only English-speaking comedian with a hijab in Paris.
Very good, excellent. Which language do you feel the most comfortable performing in?
I feel most comfortable performing in English because I write in English, I think in English. So ideas come to me quickly this way. However, I have been told that when I do perform in Arabic, it's sometimes stronger. So that's nice for somebody else to point that out for me.
What would you say is the main difference performing in English and in Arabic, specifically in Paris?
The English comedy scene is thriving, and we have so many world famous comedians coming over here to do work in progress tours. We had Dave Chappelle coming in, that's the top dog here. We had Michelle Wolf, and the English comedy scene is really big. However, there is an Arabic comedy scene as well. And I realized as a performer, the audience is multilingual. So when they come in, their English is not necessarily their first language. Therefore, I need the speed and the context of my set should be in a specific tone, and also references. And I also realized I need to give longer pauses just for the translation. And as an audience, going to an English comedy show in Paris is amazing because suddenly you feel part of a community, you feel included, you feel a special sense of unification.
Yes, belonging.
In joy and belonging. The Arabic side, it was slightly different. The writing is different, delivery is different. Stand-up comedy is still relatively new in some parts of the Middle East. Sometimes when you do get the audience, I'm still quite surprised that you have to read out the rules, like, no heckling, only when spoken to, and get them. And sometimes they love to give you feedback. There are some etiquettes that they're still learning. Secondly, the audience. As a comedian, the audience is completely different. They really are excited and egg you on. They want you to succeed. As an audience member watching an Arabic thing, because it's so diverse and there's lots of accents, you do get lost. I got lost.
Oh, yes.
English is standard. You have your slight accent, but you are aware when you go on, you're aware that maybe I should dilute my accent slightly. In Arabic, you have hundreds of countries with different dialects. With my Iraqi accent, I do play on it. I do say things, which is it's a great tool to do to interact with the audience.
Yeah. Very interesting. Great. Could you tell us if there is a gender disbalance in the comedy scene in Paris?
Yeah. I think it's self-evident, and I think that is not just in Paris for a lot of reasons, and for many things. And I think it's a very historical thing that we have tried as women to break down. We are not giving the same credit. There is a monthly women comedy shows, but I'd like it more. I don't want them to say the women only. No, I want it part of the mainstream.
I agree with you completely. Like, it shouldn't just be, yes, they have a once a month show. What are they complaining about? No. Just integrate us into the already existing shows.
Exactly. Sometimes I like to flip in, and from sexism, I change it to racism. Would you say that to somebody from a different skin color? Especially in the Arab section, there is not a lot of women. It's the opportunity. Sometimes we have to like elevate ourselves and tell ourselves, no, we can, you know,
Yeah.
seize the moment, fight for the mic, going on open mics, demand. Ultimately, if it's a good producer, a good show, they want to pack the show in. And you're part of the audience, and one person influences a group.
It really speaks volumes to me. And I think to many of the comedy people watching right now, they will also see that it does happen in pretty much every scene in any language as well.
Yeah.
So we need to keep fighting, as you said, fight for the mic. I like that.
Exactly. I mean, for me, it's so, it's not unheard of. A Muslim woman. Okay, you can say, oh, there's Muslim, but I'm visibly Muslim.
Yes. Yes.
I have the hijab on and I get the mic.
Yes.
And I'm in my full glory. I give them a second or two to just to like comprehend because it's such a shock.
Could you please share with us which topics you address in your comedy?
It flows back to myself as being a hijabi. And I'm sorry I keep going on about it, but that's the visible thing of
It's your
me. And that's the barrier. That's my identity. I'm visible. It's my identity. I love it. And that's my tool into breaking into comedy and breaking the stereotype in comedy. So the hijab is not my complete identity, but that's the immediate thing. But I also sort of try to teach them. Like, so I say, oh, silly questions I always get is, do I shower in it? I was like, no, not unless my electricity bill is really high and I want to do my laundry and shower at the same time. So things like this, I talk about the things that I know that other people can relate to. So I talk about mothers and I talk about my kids. I talk about work. It's really whatever that pops in.
What is your creative process? How do you write?
Oh, you know, I didn't know how to write. I had to learn because stand-up comedy is an art in itself, and I didn't really realize how deep it can get and how different it can get. Sometimes it's just inspiration. Sometimes something just comes up in our funny lives or an observation, and I immediately now write it down. And then I have this idea, and then I'm trying to think, okay, I found this funny. So where is the punchline? Yes. And I want to say, what's my style? My style isn't a one-liner comedian.
Yeah.
I'm more of a storyteller.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I'm more comfortable in doing a story. And I don't know, that speaks to me more. That's how I perform. So I'm like, okay, if the punchline is here, what's the setup? I'm trying to do a callback, and then I would write and write and write, and it seemed it would go on like an essay. And I realized, no, I could say a few sentences with one gesture, with one word. I'm still learning. Now I'm learning there are things like the règle de trois, there's the three beats, the flow. Yeah, the da da da, and then you need to know the rhythm, and then you need to this. So I'm evolving as a comedian in writing as well as performing.
I like it. Do you have any strange or maybe unique experiences performing?
The strangest thing I found and that really actually affected me and made me have a long pause in comedy was, surprise, surprise, the hijab. Some shows don't put me on because they are afraid of putting somebody with a hijab on. Some shows got complaints about me. Thankfully, not my jokes. What people don't understand is in the West, shows are done in bars, places where there's alcohol. It was really difficult for me as a Muslim who doesn't drink and doesn't feel comfortable being in pubs. Never been to a pub, never been to a club or a bar, and then suddenly be in these spaces. So the hypocritical thing is, I get Muslim men coming into these shows, laughing at my jokes, having their alcohol beverages, and then going to the producer and not being happy seeing, somebody with a scarf on doing a joke.
Offended for you?
So I don't know what the deal is because I was like, hold on a minute. So it's permissible for you to be in this space, the same space as me, but not for me. So first of all, hypocrite. Second of all, don't speak for myself. I speak for myself. a lot of issues with some producers, trying to please audiences, but, trying to think, okay, we want to give Wafa a safe space. The whole issue of like alcohol. I even asked other comedians, other Muslim comedians, other
Yeah.
hijabi comedians. I've reached out to them in the US, in the UK. I reached out to imams and other religious people, and I asked this question. And there's even a divide because
Mhm.
I'm going to a place, but I'm not
Yes.
consuming. I am not selling. I am not, I am not having any interaction with the alcohol scene. I go there, I do my jokes, and I leave. This is for me the important bit that I really want these, people who have an issue, Muslim people who have an issue, is my intention is not to go into these forbidden haram places and just for the sake of it and just be a rebel. The intention is I go to these places because at the moment, these are the only places where comedy is being performed. So for me, I don't have a choice to turn down shows or my material because my audience are in that place. And that audience, I need to get to and break the stereotype. And I need to make them laugh
And
because funnily enough, when they laugh, I laugh. Such a beautiful art comedy that it doesn't get the credit it deserves, and people misunderstand it. They think it's easy. They think anyone can do this. Anyone can stand in a crowd and make them laugh because you did it at your Christmas family dinner. It's not the same.
essentially, your ultimate goal is to make people enjoy themselves and laugh. Shouldn't this
Yeah.
be more substantial, more important than all the
Yeah,
other?
exactly, Laura. It's about representation.
Oh,
It's about
yeah.
voice. I'm giving a voice to so many
Oh,
women,
yeah.
so many other hijabis, because we are seen as alien. We are
Yeah.
seen not. And I come out and I say, no, 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 I'm not oppressed. I'm not depressed. I'm just well dressed. And that's like, yes, I love my hijab,
Yeah.
and my hijab allows me to do this, and I'm all for it. Down with the patriarchy, and
Yes.
it's all of this, and I can relate to different people.
Uh,
They don't have to be Muslim at all,
no.
because we're all humans. We all link and resonate with each other, and just humanity. And Laura, that as you know, our planet is burning to a crisp at the moment. So any joy, any bits of laughter that we can share between ourselves, I think is really well worth
Absolutely.
it.
Wow, that was so inspiring and so eye-opening as well.
All right, thank you. It's the daily struggle of a hijabi comic in
Oh,
Paris.
wow. So,
Which is,
so
I hope you forgive me and give me the chance to show you my t-shirt. I
absolutely.
don't know if they can read French. So the French slogan is Liberté, Égalité, Fraternité. Liberty, equality, brotherhood. No,
But
it's liberty, equality, sisterhood.
I love it. Oh my God. One last question. If you could advise our aspiring comedians, what is one piece of advice that you would give them?
Tennis, go for it. Absolutely go for it. First of all, find out if there's an open mic near you. All right. Go there first. Don't sign up. Go. Check out the scene. Are you comfortable in it? See who's the audience, what the time. Be comfortable in the space. Maybe go to a show. Second, sign up for it. Thirdly, before or when you're doing your material, it doesn't have to be big and this and grand. You're not Kevin Hart. You're you. So talk about your experience. People are gonna laugh and they came to see you. Who's that person?
Yeah.
You show them something that speaks to you that you can say with ease. That's my tip.
Great. Well, thank you so much. Do you have anything else to add? Any future projects or shows?
No, just follow me on Wafa Comedy on Instagram.
Well, Wafa, thank you so much once again for joining
Pleasure.
us.
Thank you for having me. it's a wonderful, wonderful opportunity and a platform that you provide for so many voices that are not being heard and should be heard because we're unique, we're diverse, we're funny.
Yes, we are. Very good. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. This is Laughing in Different Languages. See you soon.